What is up, everyone? Welcome to Mechs on Deck. It feels like it's been longer than it has, for me at least. I know you were streaming on Saturday, but for whatever reason, it feels like a long time.
It's because we changed it up last week.
True.
We changed it up. So DD Decline, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 16 months. 16 months. My guy.
Ooh. Speaking of a long time, that's a long time. We've got multiple 2-year subs at this point. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. Because June was when we really got good. That's when we started going, okay, this is what we're gonna do 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been how you been, man? How's your week going? How's your Tuesday treating you?
It's good. I definitely thought it was Monday for most of the day until Brian was messaging me. Brian from Top Clack was like, "Hey, are we gonna play games tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I looked and I was like, "After stream." It's like, "Oh, it's Tuesday." Forgot about that. And then I messaged you and you pretty much the same.
Yeah, it was like 3 hours ago, and I realized it was Tuesday. But to be fair, I did get, I got the announcement out on the correct day.
You did.
Which first time that happened this summer is I got it right. Keeb Noob, thank you for the 14 months at tier 1. Guys, go check out Keeb Noob's Totally Not Baby stream.
Yeah. Big streamer. Next partnered keyboard streamer.
Next partnered keyboard streamer and hot tub keyboard streamer.
True.
So
how are you? How's your first day
I'm
of
much
freedom?
better, man. I'm better. It was a tough 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Those last 2 weeks for the kids, it's tough. Teachers, tough. It's I'm sure for the parents. Shout out to everyone who has kids who just went through this last school year. The parents, if you had to deal with school this year, good job, we got there, because this was a year that I was ready to put in the books in April. So yeah, we've just been hanging out. We made a big checklist. We're like, all right, next 2 weeks, let's catch up. We've been not giving it our all at home. So we're like, let's go through, do the typical stuff you do during breaks, right? Let's pull everything out of the closet, out of the bedroom closet. Let's get rid of some clothes. Let's empty stuff out. Let's, and do the deep clean, the deep scrub. So excited.
What would we get rid of if we were moving that level of
exactly
through?
Where you're just if you pull everything out and then get rid of stuff, put everything back. And now it's our bedroom closet was the first thing that we did. And it was very going in it now. It's oh, thank God. Okay, I have space. I had shoe boxes. I got all these shoe boxes that I hadn't gotten rid of yet. And, it's one of those, I'll keep these for a few days just to make sure, I don't notice something wrong. And then you just completely forget to actually go grab them and toss them out. But I still have the Sakai Blazer box. I was sweet, because Eric and I are planning on going to a shoe thing and local to us. And I was I bet I could sell these. I bet if I clean them up real good, I could sell them for some money.
Dude, get you one of those,
or at least get a trade in, trade up.
Yeah, dude, get you one of those Reshoevnator kits that I get ads for literally every day on Instagram.
Megan got me one for Christmas this year.
Oh yeah.
So mainly to keep the rookie of the years in check. But no, that's my summer. It's I've been walking / attempting jogs. I think I mentioned I sprained my knee pretty bad last week, but and I'm down 10 pounds,
dude.
So there Congrats. It is. I'm trying to lose 20 this summer. So in a 20 starting now for the next 2 months. So thank you. And hope if I hope the Baca 60 polycarbs, while they are lighter, it's a good workout, right? Moving like 80 keyboards or something like that. But
Messed
yeah,
up knee bros.
messed up knee bros. But other than that, who else is here? Real TGID, Exo Squid, Ongtavius, G Willett, Kennick, of course, Mr. TC, Mr. TC, Jay, the face of Top Clock.
It's definitely Jay. It's definitely Jay. It's not
It's not that other guy that we don't need to talk about.
All right.
But no, why don't we? Well, first off, this lovely stream is brought to you by some awesome sponsors and partners: OmniType Canon Keys, Kinetic Labs, and Project Keyboards, as well as Typebeast, Smith and Rune, 3D Keys, and Zap Cables. We'll hear more from them later. And guys, we are not going to be looking over submissions for Keyboard of the Week, as we only really got one. But it's any keyboard, as there are 5 Tuesdays this month. So we're going to start the next week, but we will be doing last month's vote tonight. So Caffeine and Rick, thank you for the tier 1 for 22 months.
Damn, I didn't even realize he changed his Twitch name.
There it is.
When did that? It probably happened way long ago, and I didn't even realize it. Just like TX Keyboards in the US changed their name. Didn't even know that until I was like trying to find it the other day, and I was like, "Oh shit, okay, this is different." Rick. Sorry,
man, he's a moderator.
Yeah, he is. You're nice. He's got the first badge too.
Yeah, exactly. He'll lose the sword once he moves away.
Yeah, when he's up there,
goes and does a fucking Pacific Northwest guy.
Dude, yeah.
So, well, I've got some cool mail. I've got some of your cool mail too.
You do.
I'm only going to show off mine because I want you to have the unboxing experience. Well, at least the well, we'll talk about it. But did you get any mail, and what's on your desk?
Let's see. I didn't get any mail, but as far as a quality of life improvement, I got a new desk chair. So one of the things that has been bothering me about my chair that I had a AK Racing gaming chair that I'd had for like 4 years at this point, 5 years almost. I bought it when we lived at the house, so that was a while ago now. I was having issues with that continually popping. Anytime I moved, it would make a noise. I was like, if it was subtle noise, I'd be okay with it, but it's not subtle noise. So, yeah, and I've been looking at, ever since you got your new chair over the holidays, I've been thinking about getting a new chair because I wanted something that's a little bit more ergonomic, something that can actually fit my thighs in, because the gaming chairs are way too constrictive on the sides. So I got this chair that I'm in, which is a nice little, I got a Herman Miller, turn the wrong way, Herman Miller Mira. I got a used one. It's an older chair, but hey, it was pretty inexpensive and it's still in really good shape. So I like it. It's good. It works out. I was hoping to get an Aeron. They didn't have any Aerons except for in size A, and I'm not tiny, so that doesn't fit me.
Do they buy chairs?
What?
Does that, because I know you got it from like a used place. Do they buy
they do
chairs?
they're like a liquidator, so they go in like all these chairs.
Oh, okay. So I couldn't just like take my chair and be like, give me money. Yeah. So I have a Herman Miller, but it's like it won't. If you sit down, you basically like immediately fall back as the thing's like broken, and it's like 22 years old, so it's well past its warranty.
Yeah,
thing.
Absolutely. But yeah, good quality of life upgrade. It feels a lot more comfortable. It's a lot more breathable. I'm not getting like the back sweat's not really a thing in this because it's got a bunch of holes in it, and it's
right.
I can.
That
feel
was one of the
air.
first things I noticed. Is I was like, I'm not like sweating all the time on my back now.
Yeah, so it's nice.
So,
It's nice. I think it was well worth the money paid. Um, but as far as what's on my desk, I'm a little boring because I haven't changed since last week. So it's still Iron 165, Zykos, GMK 9s, Lividity, Observer. So yeah, I love this board. It feels like a brand new board now. I don't know if you haven't watched it. It's on our YouTube. I rebuilt this recently because I wanted to change the stabs from Duroc stabs to GMK stabs. So it is so much better. Duroc V1s. I don't know. I just after about a year, I feel like they just kind of suck now. Like they were super
when you
cool when
start
I got
switching
them.
back and forth, it's,
Yeah. Like when I first put them in, I'm like, these are great. And then after a year, I was just like, I've got GMK stabs that are 2 years old that feel and sound better than this.
I think Durocs are fine for linears, but any kind of heavier tactile, they just rattle a bunch. But at a linear level, because you're not having to fight any bump or anything, I think they're totally fine. I haven't actually tried I think I've tried the V2s, but not on a personal board.
Yeah.
And those are better, but if you can find some good old fashioned, especially some older GMK, not like vintage, like 2 year old stabs from GMK, like do cherry stabs sound different from Duroc? I think Durocs will probably be a little like clickier, like tenier. There might be a little bit just because it's clear versus opaque housing. Um, I don't typically notice that big of, especially if you're lubing them,
No.
because I lube my stabs pretty heavily.
Yeah,
Due to
you use
the heavy.
BDZ on everything.
I use for this build I'll talk about. I use 206 grade 2 as the base, and then I do heavily and then the BDZ all over the what's it called
The
wire.
wire.
So
Yeah.
at least I did on this one. The rest is because BDZ. I was like, all right, well, let's do it on anything that's not cherry stab. So, but yeah, I've got some of your mail. I've got some very exciting mail I showed off on Saturday. But we'll start off with what's on my desk. If you saw the build stream, it was it was a dual build stream. It was supposed to be 2 streams running at the same time, but Lang's stream decided it was done. It's a briefcase. Oh wait, it's a keyboard. This is the Saturn 60 with Godspeed, SA Godspeed, designed by Mito. This thing is massive. It's technically heavier, but because it's so big, it's dispersing the weight so well. There's not like an actual weight. It's just 2 pieces of steel. This thing is designed amazingly. When did you get Godspeed? Like 7 months later than I was supposed to. But yeah, this thing is thought, like a lot of thought went into this board, and that's why I really like it. I put the salmon switches, which I definitely recommend if you like a heavier tactile. Using them at 63.5 grams. Never thought I'd see that day, but I'm enjoying it. Yeah. Yeah, they don't stand up to the heavier springs, the tactile.
Okay.
Are they my favorite? No, they're not in my top 4. But
they got you
good.
to use a lighter spring.
They got me to use lighter springs. No, this board is super awesome. I feel like I'm typing on a vintage board. Like that's probably the coolest part of this. And like there's just a lot of like what's nice. I'll see if I can show this off. Is you might come on. So this part doesn't touch the board at all.
The handle?
The handle. It stops right before. Which I really appreciate because you're not just gonna like destroy. I guess I can do this. You can see, and I'm pushing, quite hard, and you can still see there's a gap there. So I really like that. No, expertly designed board. Stainless steel plate. Haven't used one of those in a hot minute. So yeah, that's what it's been on my desk since. It's loud. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Long Springs, yes. And I got the serial number on mine is 420 because
420 blaze it.
420 blaze it, and Lang got 6969.
Nice.
I'll go with literally. I love when this happens. I finished the build and then I went to go walk for a minute just to like kind of get. I went on my daily mile walk, and I was like, okay, let's stretch the legs after the build. Boom, open this up. I literally opened this up enough to see what color this was, so I know which one to give Eric. So Eric and I, thanks to the amazing subs and donations and all of that, were able to pick up. We did pay for these. This was not a a gift by any means. That sounded bad. But we didn't. I think we used our own promo code because got to give money back, got to put money back in the own pocket. But this is the Baca Neko. So my third Baca board, just
Yeah, right.
the Neko, not followed by a number. So this is the like metal 3D printed or 3D cast aluminum. So I got mine in black. I think I'm going to put Neapolitan switches in these. Kind of go the Canon keys route. So yeah, excited. Eric got one as well. I'm like I said, you might be able to see it. It's right here.
Ooh,
Right on the
can
shelf.
see the case a little bit.
But Eric got one in white, which I need to drop off with him sometime this week. And he'll be building that up this weekend, I believe.
Yeah, I'm excited to mess around with it. I'm going to be doing a hot swap build on it. I've got a lot of switches I just want to try out and play around with. And that's the main reason why I got the Baca Neko, is to have a board that I can just easily pop in and out, try switches, use them for a week, use them for 2 weeks, and see how I like them, test how I want to lube switches, because I think that's something that I know I haven't done as much as I often probably should, which is trying different like combinations of lubes. Trying to do something a little bit more fun with it, a little bit cooler. But yeah, I'm excited. They look great. It's a good board.
Yeah, Eric built it during our anniversary stream, I believe. And then I wound up using it for like a few days the person was like in another country and they lived like on the other side of town. So I just messaged him. I was like, do you mind if I use this for like 2 days? I just want to get the feel for it. But 130 case PCB plate stabs. The fact that it comes with a fucking case, like it's a steal, $130. I think we bought the some solderable PCBs as well, because I won't be using mine as a hot swap. I'll probably just give the hot swap PCB to Eric. So excited to get that. And then this will be a good lead into the next conversation. This is the most boring PCB you will see.
Yep.
If you don't know what this is the Baca 70 PCB Prototype. It is hella boring. I don't know if I'm even going to I kind of like how boring it is, because like, for those who know me, while I do I have a lot of the things that I enjoy are very like flat. Like my style is very like basic, except shoes. Like I wear a lot, like you're looking at what I wear on a day-to-day basis with jeans and sneakers. Like I kind of like, it's plain, it's boring, it's minimal. Very similar to my personality. It's plain, boring, and slightly minimal. And then I'll show this off because this is the other half of it. For the 3 of you that are in here, that PCB looks awful weird. It's almost like it's in perfectly straight rows.
Good
this
Lord.
is the Baca bean For those wondering what the name is from, I was basically bullied by Dee Decline and Jinly Bean. Okay, Dee bullied me. Janelle like guilt tripped me into doing it. But this is the ortho version, which I will be sending. I need to fix. So let's talk about why we proto PCBs. And this will go into our following topic. So I want to show this once it focuses. Come on.
It's going to get there. It's going to figure it out.
There we go. All right. So you've got your USB. Gets a lot of the power. I don't know all the components by name. But there are two little squares on the screen. It's to the right of that little, I think it's called a resistor. I could be wrong. And they look like two little solderable pads where a diode would go. Well, a fuse is missing. This is why. Come on. There we go.
Just taking its sweet old time.
Yeah. Using the A6000, it's struggling. I was lazy. So I got the PCB, plug them up, nothing.
Oof.
Try like 9 different things, nothing. Very disappointed. They showed up Thursday. So I bought a multimeter, which I was like, all right. So I sent a copy. I was talking to Blind Assassin and Keeb Noob. They were both helping me with this. And Friday afternoon, I worked out Thursday night, stayed up late trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong with the PCB. I like overnight did the Amazon multimeter thing. So it showed up before I even went to work on Friday. Got done at like noon on Friday. We're sitting there looking, and I'm holding what is actually the Howie cam over it. And we're like we figure out, okay, it's got power. It's got power that is running through the PCB. So, which we'll touch on, is chips for the PCB. High demand.
Can't get them.
It's hard to get. More on that later. We were worried that maybe they were sold some faulty chips. As bootloader is on this specific chip. I think this is the STM32. I could be fucking that up real bad. They come with bootloader like automatic. But I was looking and I was like, this looks like there should be like a diode here. And he's like, oh, that's the fuse. Like that doesn't that needs to be working. So I did a shit job because I was really tired. But it works. But this is why we do PCBs. So he was just like, oh, you can actually just bridge it with solder. Come on. So a lot of that's flux. Yep, whatever. It looks terrible. I know. I should be ashamed. Gore. It's not as gory as that other PCB. But
that one was rough. The
that one was
a bit gross.
I could probably remove a lot of this stuff. I just haven't. I got it working and I was like, okay. All we know is we need to put a fuse in there. So got it up, working, flashed. Keeb Noob did all the QMK in VIA. I'm going to try and get it in. My goal and my want is basically to have it in VIA before I even go to group buy. Because, well, we've seen PCBs in the past that don't exactly work when they are shipped. I'm a huge fan of, like, if you're going to say this is QMK compatible and VIA compatible, then fucking mean it. Like when that it shouldn't be like, oh, 5 days later after they receive, okay, we finally got it in after you start shipping. No. The prototype PCB should be in.
Yeah.
And then it should just be a matter of flashing it when you go. That shit should be searchable. If you promise it's going to be in QMK, get it in QMK before it even hits group buy.
Yeah.
VIA, I know VIA is a bit tougher.
Yeah.
But at least have it submitted well before.
Have it to where the firmware, you can just flash it and you're good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can flash the VIA firmware and then it works, you know?
Yeah. Beef Jerky 225. Thank you for the hydrate as I was parched. So yeah, I'm gonna be building this. Not this one. This is going to DD. The plate is on its way. On its way to Blind Assassin at the moment, and then this stuff will get shipped out. DD Decline is going to build it probably in July, after I get like a solid 2 weeks with the Baca 70, and then I have to ship it off to make sure that this is all good and Gucci. I just dropped the PCB. But and then I got 2 of each of these, so hopefully we don't need those backups, but that'll be good to have. But Baca 70 coming along nicely.
It's happening.
It's happening.
Existing.
It all the parts are here. I'd like for something else that we can't talk about to show up before that. And that's my hope and my goal is to have that beforehand. But no, outside of that, that is my mail day. That is what is on my desk. I was telling Eric before, I was like, I got a lot to say because a lot of things showed up that are important.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happening. A lot of things. I still haven't like fully figured out how mail works at my apartment complex. And apparently there's supposed to be like a third-party company, but I based on living here, no one uses the third-party company that's supposed to like you deliver the packages to them and then they deliver them to you. It seems convoluted. Like, why give your package to another company who then schedules a delivery to you? What? But yeah.
Counterintuitive is what that is.
Yeah, we should have a lot of key sets coming in soon. Now that things are moving and grooving with a lot of the GMK sets. I know we've both got quite a few that are coming in. So
at least 3 or 4 each. And then of course fucking Canon Keys selling what's the name of that one? Racing Green. I think it's just like GMK Racing Green.
Yeah, British Racing Green.
British Racing Green. And I didn't plug my keyboard in. That one's going to be a hard one to patent. I think that one would be a purchase because it looks too good. It's basically GMK Green Bay Packers. Like it just looks so good. We'll hear more from them later. Bezach, thank you for the Prime sub at 3 months on a 1 month streak. Thank you, GMK Rolex. There you go. But let's talk about some news, right? When we were talking about this stream beforehand, we were like, well, not a lot of news has happened, and that's a good thing for some. Looking at you, TKC.
Yeah, right. TKC hasn't just fucked up again.
When I haven't heard from TKC, I'm like, good job.
Yeah, way to go.
Proud of you. You went 2 weeks.
It's like what was it last
Don't worry,
summer?
we'll be waiting.
What was it last summer when it was like every week there was something new with GMK?
Fucking up. Oh, with GMK, yeah. With a new key set getting up. But yeah, so good. Sometimes no news is good news. Group buys, not necessarily the same case. We've talked on the stream. We've been following the Rukia group buy. Neither of us are a part of this. We did. So full disclosure of everything we say, we did through Jax run a giveaway for a Rukia. I can't remember. I think it was the second stream, the second 24-hour stream.
Yeah, it was.
We did run a giveaway through that. We have talked in the past about sponsorships, but we are not officially sponsored by Jax or any of that matter at the moment. We are friends with him, and that we've met him, we've talked to him, we've been cordial with him, we've been nice. We don't know. We've been following the group by trying to give as much of an outside perspective and as much of a what's the word I'm looking for? Objective opinion about it. So, and here's Kimchi. And if you look through the Geek Hack thread, it's tough.
It's hard.
It's hard. It's the internet because some people are like fake mad, which doesn't. It's like. It's almost why I kind of they're talking about this Discord because his Discord has been like shut down, and he hasn't been. I will say, first criticism: the communication hasn't been great. The communication, I think, could have been improved. I feel like there are multiple people saying things, and not just, it's best when it just comes from the horse's mouth, right? Like it needs to come from Jax. And in being critical, I don't think he's done the greatest job at going, this is exactly what's happening. This is exactly what's happening. Am I being too harsh? Maybe. I don't know. I just think the best way you can go about doing something like this is just every single step of the way, especially now. I've run 2 group buys. Fucking every day I'm telling people this is exactly what's happening. This is exactly what's happening. This is the problem. I want to get ahead of the problem. I want to let people know. And I don't think he's done the greatest job at that. And so that's first issue that I've seen. So he did come through with the pictures though.
Yeah.
And as we were talking about on these chips, this is like a worldwide phenomenon that has really messed up the keyboard world, but also like, the car industry.
Yeah.
like it's bigger than the keyboard world. PCBs are going to get more expensive, and they're going to be harder to come by.
Yeah, unless they're designed in a way to utilize products that are not in shortage, right? Like that's another way to change it, is to try to minimize the amount of things that are in short supply right now. If you're not familiar with what's happening, basically like microcontrollers are just really hard to get. There's a complete shortage. If you go to like a domestic car dealership right now, they have like nothing. A lot of the foreign, like a lot of the Asian car manufacturers still have things, but a lot of like domestics, like there was a video that was posted in our Discord a couple months ago about how, or it was about a month ago, about how a NASCAR track had been completely filled with Ford trucks that are built complete without their computer, literally just waiting for a computer to slot in because of the shortage for those components. And that will affect our community too. It's going to affect our community too because of that. They're needed in order to make PCBs work. Like you just can't get around it. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I'm not excited when I get the quote for the Baca 70. Like there is a real chance that shit gets delayed long periods of time, because I'm not going to charge $70-$80 for a fucking PCB. When I know for a fact that in normal times I could get one for 50, 40, 30, So that is an actual issue. I know that there were some issues in this that have been communicated where the PCB and the case are not fitting 100%. We were talking about this before stream. That's my second, and only really those 2 problems are. That seems like something that should have been figured out before these boards were shipping. Is, was it a manufacturer problem? But basically your final product should be done before you run a board. Now I say that hand to God, I didn't, the Baca 60, the first run was basically a 20 board prototype. I did not prototype the Baca 60, and it worked out. There were issues with it, and fixed it for the Squid 60, and it was, happy for it. And thank you to the 19 people that helped get the Baca 60 off the ground. But that's something that should be handled before. And I'm not, it just seems like something that should have been done. It should have been like, here's the final product, and then all we just have to do is just order these parts, and then it's all Gucci.
Yeah, I think the other piece is that I think a lot of people will be like, okay, this is already so late. Why were the PCBs not already taken care of? And I think that is a justifiable thing of like, well, why weren't they already like ordered and just ready to go? Um, which does make sense. And then yes, as Kimchi is saying, it's they designed the PCB around the board. That and they had the board designed already in a way that they wanted to. Um, and yeah, I think that they're, as Jack said in his update, he's trying to see if he can make some modifications to the cases and not destroy them that will allow other uh, PCBs that are readily available for the Alice style to fit into the board, and hopefully they can make that happen and not sacrifice the integrity of the case or the quality of the look of the polycarb, because I know that's you can run into issues when you start dremeling down polycarb. It can really fuck it up, and you can crack it pretty easily and crack it all the way through. But yeah, I think that's the only thing for me is like, why weren't the PCBs already ordered? But I also understand when you've got all of the other shit on your plate, it can get lost. As well as, I guess, Kimchi Jody Boy saying that they were made incorrectly, which is also a lot of people in the community may see that and be like, cop out. Not a cop out. Is something that has happened before. It happened to our good buddy Drifting Bunnies.
Yep.
He had a whole bunch of PCBs, didn't
Cost
realize,
him
and then
chunk of money.
Yeah, he tried them out, and then he had to completely remake them. It does happen. So, and we had a couple subs. Shout out to Mechfix and Chill for the tier 1 for 2 months. Says he can't watch that Adobe Spark ad again. I feel you, dude. That's an annoying ad. .nick.mk or .nick_mk. Thank you for the tier 1 for 8 months. And then Mr. Petrov gifted a sub to Obsidian Raid 1. Also, Mr. Petrov, how you doing? Allison looks mighty beautiful, by the way. It looks amazing.
Hell yeah. I feel like there's just a lot of moving parts here. And when you decide to when you're running a group buy and you've got multiple moving parts such as PCBs and cases and orders, and the second something goes wrong, and then when one thing goes when it rains, it really does pour. When problems happen, they happen in mass. And I want people to just try and be patient. I mean, I can't 100% speak for him because I am not a close friend, but he's going to get it done. Just be patient. And as we've said in the past, once the board shows up, it doesn't fucking matter. Like the second it's there, you're like, oh, awesome. This is great. Like,
yeah,
now I've got it. Like, let me tell you, this is an awesome board. I waited 7 months extra for this fucking key set, over a year for this key set, about the length of the Rukia group buy for this key set. Guess what? I don't care anymore that this was late because I've got it now.
Yeah.
And it's on a cool board. Like, shit gets delayed, and like that's just a part of the hobby. And it sucks that we kind of accept that. Like, I understand there are people that are trying to change that, where it's like, oh, it's just delays. Well, it's like, what is that a cop out in its whole? Yes, it is a cop out. Shit just gets delayed. But these are things that's part of the group buy. When you join a group buy, you have to expect delays. And you have to understand that if he says one thing once, that thing might change. Shit happens. It just might change. If he says, oh, they're going to ship out the 24th, that means that he's going to try and ship that out the 24th. If he has to come out and say, hey, by the way, it's not going to ship out the 24th, understand that that's because something changed.
Yeah. And I think what Chad is saying too is really justifiable, of like, there does need to be more consistent updates and more meat to the updates of like, because it's past the point of hey, there's no updates, right? It's past the
Yeah.
point of just being like, yeah, I'm working on it. It's like you need to have a little bit more meat on it. Like I really liked his post of with the pictures and everything where he had the video and he was showing it felt like he was showing a lot. I do think a lot of the community expects more info than they rightfully should get in a lot of time in a lot of situations. I don't know if this is necessarily that. I kind of felt like that at the beginning, but with it continually being delayed, I feel like there should be more updates towards it. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
I don't
I,
know.
I I agree with Kimchi. For the numbers, it's not information anyone needs to know. It's
Yeah,
better that a number is not known. You don't need to know exactly how many boards are run. If they say 40 units, yeah, there might be 40 units. If a group buy says 40 units, there are not 40 boards in existence. I'll tell you that right now.
yeah. I don't think that. I think that the numbers thing. I think people are like that's falls into the situation of what I was just talking about, where people I think expect way more information than they should realistically be given. Like I
Yeah.
understand you put money on the line, and it's easy for us to sit here and say all this, and we don't have money on the line, but we both have had group buys, Chewy
That
more than I
Al
have. I
that
mean,
Al Hex
yeah,
touched on even.
the Alex touched on of like that we've never received. Chewy had Dave had one that was 2+ years, and he finally did get it, but it is a
We've been through the
thing.
ringer.
Yeah, we understand what it's like when at least we're sitting here a year and a half later, and the group buy runner is getting just issues with this one group buy and not 35 other people complaining about commissions that he's done and hasn't fulfilled on and run away with their money as well. Like that, at least it's not that situation again. At least he's bitten off more than he can chew, I feel like, with this one group buy. And I think he's understood that now, but it's not like he can back out of it. He
Mhm.
has to finish it,
And he's not
but
going to back
he
out.
hasn't dug the hole any deeper. He hasn't done
Yeah.
anything to continue to push further into the ground with it. He's just trying to get out with his head still above water somewhat.
Mhm.
So I think people are just a little bit upset, and I understand it, and it's hard not to be, but it's hard to be patient. But you got to be patient.
Yeah. Just be patient. Um, and if I can give the last time we talked about this, Jax watched our video. Jax, speaking to you directly, please give a little more communication. I know it sucks because there are fucking assholes in this hobby and in this planet that are going to be dicks, but honestly, it would just be better with a little more communication. And especially like on the Geek Hack thread, because I just feel like when people start having to search for and oh, he said this on this versus this, it honestly takes like 5 minutes to write up what you want to say in a Word document and then copy paste that shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Like it sucks, but reset the clock. If you say, hey, this just hey, I'm working on it, whatever, you know,
Is the
that's all
Discord
people want.
is the Discord shut down? I'm in the Discord and it is still active. Like I can go. I'm looking at it right now. Like what? It's not
Yeah,
shut down.
I don't. So, Discord is locked. Okay. So I assume people can't. You can read it, but
But
people
you
can't
can't
say
talk in
anything.
it. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I
that's
don't.
whatever. Then it's exactly what you need it to be.
It's just updates. Like that's.
Yeah.
I feel like people. Do you need to have an ability to talk? Like
I mean, I
you
had a
have the
box.
Geek thread.
My Squid 60 had an update thing where it was like, this is locked. No one can say anything, so that it has maximum visibility of that. But you could also there was another place where people could talk.
Yeah.
But no. Outside of that, good luck, Godspeed. Like honestly, I hope. I know it will be like taking the biggest dump of your life when you ship out that last board. when you're done, like it'll be a great feeling, and I hope it will be worth it for everyone involved.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure people will get it and they'll love the board. Rookie of Round 1, it's very successful. It was a very popular board, obviously. Um, All Hex is turning on you. No longer
That's
wants
fair.
his polycarb. He was
That's
saying,
fair.
"Where's my polycarb Baca at? Where is
Where
it,
is it?
Dave? Where is
Not
it, Chewert?
I don't even. I don't even know.
Why is it not
I
here
need,
yet?
when did I run that? Was that March?
How
I
dare
should.
you already be working on something else when you're not even done?"
I got 2 boards in the work, baby. I guess I should probably post an update on that soon. I'll do that this week. I need to like hit up Blind Assassin. Guess what? The update's probably gonna be that there's no update because I'm telling you right now, live with my fucking face on the camera, I haven't heard anything.
I bet you spent money on food.
you just you got Sonic today, you asshole.
Yeah. How dare you?
So that's good. Let's get into it. Top 4 of Marquee May. We got keyboard of the month. Who's gonna be the main picture? Chewy spent group buy money on boba. He told me.
Oof.
Spent all $2 of my earnings from a group buy on boba. How dare I?
How dare you?
Hey, I bought Jordan 1s with my like very small profit from the Baca 60, which was basically shit. It was like oh shit money that I just sat there, and then it was done. I was like, cool, I can get Jordans now.
Dude, speaking of Sonic and boba, have you seen that they have
I just
it's like burst, they call it bursting bubbles.
Bubbles, yeah.
Dude.
Off-white Jordan 1s, no big deal.
No shot off-white Jordan 1s. Oh man. All right. We've got some boards. We've got some boards here to look at. We got 4 competitors in the final round of Marquee May. We got some heat in these next couple boards. First up, I guess I should share this with you so you can see what I'm doing.
I'm just scrolling up. You're good. So this is I see a little preview. It's like this big on my monitor, so I can at least know what board you're looking at. But Scott Water.
Dripping that water.
This is a Discipline 65 with a copper plate, OA switches with cream stems, and a few Cat Alpha keys, and what looks to be an SM keyboards case, or at least a stacked acrylic case. Very, very cool. I love the copper patina job that you did, and then of course saying patina on it, just to round out how awesome this picture is.
It does kind of look like water, by the way, like the patina. Yeah. It looks kind of like water, and then it fits with the desk mat. It's the moon over the water.
It's a mood.
This is a mood.
That is absolutely a mood.
Dude,
so excellent.
Heavy patina looks great. I love it. Next up, we have a glorious GMMK Pro, I believe, is what this is. Am I right? I wasn't here for this one.
GMMK Pro. Yeah, you missed this one.
This is I believe it's.
I know it's the glorious
one.
Yeah, GMMK Pro. Yep. I just was I was like, is that the name of that board? Why can't I forget? Why am I forgetting the name of like arguably one of the more popular boards that came out this year? Yeah, GMMK Pro.
And I love that he used the Space Cadet mat, saying imposter, shh, and then sus.
It's very fitting.
This is tier 1 right here for Marquee May. This is all encompassing. Too bad Among Us kind of fell off a little bit as of late on the overall popularity, but
I think people didn't like the new map. I wasn't the biggest fan of the new map.
You don't like the
airship?
The airship with the
it's so
platforms.
Big. Yeah, it's so damn big.
I haven't played it. I also haven't played that game in a while.
What do we got next?
Next up, this is one that's asking for something. This is asking for the Baca 40 win. And then your response soon, TM.
Well, let me tell you. to your answer, not anytime soon.
Not anytime soon.
It will come out after, at minimum, I will put it in group buy after the Baca 60 Polygarb is shipped and done.
But it will come. It will come.
Weird way to spell cold day in hell.
Also very true. Very true. The fact that you were going to make multiple ortholinear boards.
That one's not ortholinear. That's just a 40.
True. It's not going to be. Yeah.
It's not the baby. Yeah. I blame Dee.
But it could be.
You shut the fuck up, Dee. I will fight you. I will shove Whataburger so far down your throat you will say thank you.
Ayo. That doesn't. I mean, that sounds like a.
See, I'd be being a dick to him because he wouldn't get the enjoyment of like eating Whataburger. It would just be like shoved down his throat. But at least he'd have to say thank you for Whataburger.
I mean, that sounds.
Is that a threat or a promise?
Yeah, it could be that could get a little bit kinky real quick.
We'll call him A. We'll call him B. What is up last?
Last but not least, we have the Sirius copycat of my board. It's a Wincula Sirius with Nolive cream switches. And it says, why do melons have weddings? 'Cause they can't elope. The dad joke. The winner of last week's, episode props used like 5 or 6 different keycap sets in order to achieve all of these letters. So yeah, props to Brez on this one.
All right, so I'm going to get these typed out. We're going to do this for about 5 minutes. So let's start off with, I'm just going to put patina on number 1. Patina. Plus, I just like typing on this Saturn 60. Like, honestly, this board is so cool.
That board, it's such a cool, like he did such a good job with like making everything come together and it look clean and
really
achieve the goal.
It looks clean, but it also has that industrial feel to it. Like it literally feels like I just picked this up out of NASA and brought it home with me. I need to, when I drop the Baca Neko off, I need to bring this over. And I can, because it's got a handle.
True.
So,
could you imagine just walking into work holding that?
I
what
plan
a fucking
on it.
Weirdo.
I fucking plan on it one day. I plan on walking through the front fucking door, maybe like 10 minutes late so that everyone's there and be like,
dude, you got your thermos. You got your thermos in one hand with your tomato basil soup.
Yep.
And your Saturn 60 in the other. You got your pocket protector with your pins. Dude. And your white, like, let's do it, man. Full nerdy, let's go. No shame.
All right, and
I just offended a whole bunch of people.
Serious dad joke. All right, so we're gonna set this up for 5 minutes. It is a free for all. Most gets it. And start poll. Vote for your favorite. The poll is going to be at the top of chat. This will be the winner of at the end of this year, we're going to put this all in a calendar and try and sell it early December or maybe mid-December. Try and get those sold so we can get them out to people as late December, early January, so people can actually get the full use of them. But yeah, go vote. I want to give a quick shout out to our awesome sponsors while we sit here on our comfortable ergonomic chairs that I'm literally like barely sitting in right now. We've got Omnitype. Omnitype is running GMK DualShot Round 2. They've got some extra add-ons. Have you gotten your add-on kit yet?
You know, I haven't. I need to.
We'll do that. I'll make sure you do that after stream. So there are GMK Dual. Just do it right now, dude.
I mean, I can't. My Chrome is on the screen, so
that's fair. Yeah, hey, dude, just whatever. What's a credit card, right?
No leaks.
No leaks. But so be sure to go check out that as they are. That is wrapping up. I believe it's in 3 days. June 4th. Yeah, June 4th. Yeah, June 4th. So this week, so you can get it by the end of the day, Friday. So be sure to get in on it. It is a fantastic set. I know it's one of Eric's favorites. It's a great one. Next up, we've got Project Keyboards. You can go to mexondeck.project.link. The Sirius is still there. You can still pick up a Sirius, which is one of the boards featured in the Keyboard of the Week. They've also got lavender switches. I know you were showing something off, but like you just did this in the camera to me. It's like, okay. They've also got lavender switches, which are sold out currently at Candy Key. So if you're looking for lavender switches, choice, probably my favorite, just fresh out of the bag switch that exists right now. Next up, you got Candy Key's G&K British Racing Green running on right now. This set is fantastic. They've also got lots of different keyboards that many of them are still in stock. You can get some B stocks and A stocks of a lot of these, of the Obliterated 75, the Savage 65. They've got A stocks and B stocks. The Devastating TKL still has stuff. So, I mean, honestly, guys, if you're looking for something new, if you're itching for a new keyboard, Candy Keys has got you. They also just released the Cerulean switch by Duroc, which is a nylon housing palm stem, 65 gram plated, and it is MX Clear-like tactile stem. So very interested to see how those come out. So if you guys want to try some stuff there. And Baca Echoes, I believe, are coming relatively soon. If I remember correctly, he did say that he was going to have a few more on the way. And then last but not least, on the sponsor side, Kinetic Labs. Guys, honestly, I can't stress enough that I really like these salmon switches. And at $36.40 plus shipping for 70 switches, these are a steal. They needed a little bit of lube, but they're doing great so far. I think it's absolute steal. They've got some great switches on there as well, so be sure to check that out. What do we got at the partner side of things?
Yeah, so quick shout out to our partners. First up, we've got Zap Cables. Head on over to zapcables.com. Buy yourself a keyboard cable kit. You can build one yourself. We got a video that shows you how to do it. Also, they got some pretty cool desk mats that are a little bit different. They maybe don't go perfectly with a specific keycap set, but they go with a lot because they're really colorful. Next up, we've got Typebeast. Go to typebia.st. Sign up for their newsletter. It's a fun newsletter that comes out every couple weeks. You can read it and wake up Saturday, enjoy your morning coffee out on the patio, grab your iPad or your Galaxy tablet if you're an Android guy, and catch up on what's happening in the hobby. Smith & Rune. Go to smithrune.com. Check out more info about the Iron 180 and the Iron 165. Iron 165 Polycarb Edition is coming soon. It will be an in-stock buy, so you're going to want to check it out over there and make sure that you are up to snuff. Make sure you are in the know for when that happens so you can get one of those because they're going to be hard to get. And then, of course, you can pick up some merch. I know Chewy still is in love with the sweatpants as we enter Texas becoming the ass crack of Satan. But
in my recent closet, those definitely got packed real tight in the back of the drawers.
Oh, I can imagine.
Those are gone for like 7 months.
But honestly, the hat looks pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so check that out. And then last but not least, 3D Keebs back from vacation. Check out 3dkeebs.com. They got tons of stuff. Just like go look. Like they got. If you need something to help you build a keyboard, just go to 3D Keebs and look at what they have. They have something that you probably need in order to make your keyboards better.
Yeah. And Davis is also just a really fun person. So
yes, she is.
Well, congratulations to Patina, Mr. Scott W. with the victory. Looking like some patina swimming in patina. Congratulations. You will be on the cover on the picture for May, the month of May, for our to be calendar. Remember, guys, post your pictures, keyword of the week. I'll make a post about this tomorrow, if I remember. And And just any picture. It's anything goes on the keyboard of the week for the next 2 months. So June, July, summertime. Take your pictures. Maybe get a little artsy with it. We already got one great picture right now. So be sure take some pictures, guys.
Yeah. Absolutely, get your pictures in because you're gonna want to be on it. We've already figured out some things for the actual calendar. Confirmed where we can buy them, and have them made.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing. We're gonna do some cool stuff. Also, if you don't win for the month, we're gonna figure out a way. I think probably on the front cover to have all of the weekly winners be incorporated in some way. So it's gonna be cool. We're really excited about it. I think it's something fun and unique that I haven't seen someone release a keyboard calendar as far as like from a channel. I think maybe Drop did one. Did Drop do I think they did a calendar.
I think they did a book.
They did a book. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Nathan did a vinyl record.
Yeah, vinyl record.
Typing sounds.
So,
crazy.
Yeah. So this month, June 25th. Let's talk about the 25th. I haven't figured out the exact time yet, but I just haven't thought about it this week. We are going to be running a capped subathon. It would be capped at 24 hours. I will be hosting the majority of it, while Eric will be coming in during normal human hours to hang out. Eric might do a build stream. We haven't really discussed much of his side yet. I've got the Baca 70 Proto will be built that day. So that'll probably be one of the first things that I do so I can use it for the whole stream. We have a lot. We're kind of Eric and I have nicknamed this, at least me, the garage sale giveaway. We are very fortunate that we receive a lot of things free of charge. And if we don't use them, well, one, just because we're not shitty people, we don't go and sell them. I'm not saying that other people do. I'm sure someone has, but like that's not a cool thing to do. But we want to share the stuff that we get that we don't use with y'all. So at the moment, we've got so we're doing this again. I love that we get to do this. We've got a full board, caps, switches, stabs. I will be building it, a full keyboard build, going to someone hopefully who is kind of new in the hobby and can win that. So we've got that. We've got at least 5 desk mats and at least 7 or 8 sets of switches right now. I did hit up Hellbent. Hellbent is going to be making some artisans for the event. So lots of cool stuff coming. We're wanting to spread the love. It's not going to, we don't really have, we did just do a long stream with lots of cool giveaways. We try not to reach out to our sponsors too much and be like, give us a bunch of stuff to give away. But we, after kind of taking inventory, both of it, because Eric just moved recently and I just cleaned out, we were both like, we have too much stuff.
I have a lot of stuff that I'm like, I don't need this. Like I have a lot of switches that I'm like, I will not use these switches. Not because they're bad or I don't like them. It's just like, I don't have a need to have a couple thousand switches. Yeah. Or like 300 of one type of switch.
Yeah.
And while I'm very appreciative of sponsors sending us things and getting things, like Chewy said, it feels wrong to like try to go and sell it. Also, I don't really want to have to deal with it. I'd rather just send it to someone who's like, sick, I'm going to use these right away.
These are going straight to a board. Switches like the chocolate chip switches, or coffee chip switches I'm giving away. We've got some lavenders to give away. The new Husky switches giving away.
Some silks.
Silks, some Penguin switches, a lot of Kinetic Lab switches. And that's not to say they're bad. It's that literally like by the end of this month, I will have 10 completely built keyboards. I don't have one. I like my marriage. If I keep buying keyboards. And most of these boards have different switches now. Most of these boards will have different switches in them. But I just, I don't need 40 builds with 40 different switches. I like the builds where they are. So yeah, just, we talked for a minute and we were like, well, this is great. I also don't need like 40 desk mats. So I like this one is actually the most I've used of not one of the 3 main ones that I use. So hopefully we can just share that stuff with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, got to make space for new keyboards.
Apparently
Absolutely.
I do. I need to find the store. I really need to find a storage solution. Got 2 hanging right here. I've got one. The Baca 70 is literally just sitting in a shelf right there. Like that's the Baca 70 right here. It's just like uncovered. I've got that just filled with stuff, and then I've got more technically I'll have 11. I have that Alps board that just sits in a drawer.
The
That's
one
like
that's like
it's like a knockoff
loud.
Alps. Yeah, that's like it's like an actual typewriter. And it's a knockoff Alps board. But yeah, so other than that, who do we got on tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow we have a fun one. Someone who I can't remember the last time we had him on. It's been forever.
Years.
Years.
If we had him on, it was like it with both of them.
Yeah. So we're having Jay from Top Black is joining us tomorrow. Hopefully, I know he's been having some issues with his back and wasn't able to stream. So hopefully, I think you made sure everything was good. But
I spoke with him this morning. Like our time, so like afternoon for him. And he was game, so it could change.
Yeah.
So just be weary that if we have to cancel tomorrow, we're not gonna try and like panic, try and find somebody. So if we do have to cancel tomorrow, I do apologize that we do.
But if we don't,
and we'll get him
gonna
back
be
on.
Good.
It's gonna be a fun time.
It's gonna be good. Jay's a good dude. He's super knowledgeable. Really excited to talk about a lot of different things, where he's at with the community, where he's at with the Lodestone, which is a cool board that he's been working on for a little over a year now, and just get more insight as himself. He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
Prototypist is up and running. He's doing a lot for the community over there in the EU and the UK. So it's going to be a lot of fun to have him on again. And then I was about to ask you, what are you doing on Saturday? But then I'm like, it would be what am I doing on Saturday?
What am I doing on Saturday?
Saturday I will be building a Baca Neko. We're gonna be messing around with some switches, messing around with a couple different things, and we'll probably do some testing. I'm gonna try out the lavenders versus the hippos a little bit, kind of see which ones I'm feeling, because I've got to build, I think either the week after or the week after that in a couple weeks.
Because I'm rebuilding this with hippos.
Yeah.
So will we have a back-to-back hippo build?
Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't know yet. So I'm going to mess around with springs, mess around with switches, and it's going to be more of like a discovery stream. It's a discovery. That's what I'm going to name it. Baca Neko Discovery Stream.
Imagination. So, as always, the more you know. Exactly. As always, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Congratulations again to Scoutwater. Doubleday, I will share, I know one storage solution, which is get all the stuff that's going to be given away out of a shelf in my closet, because it's literally taking up an entire shelf in my closet. But yeah, thank you guys very much, as always, for streaming. I think I'm going to set the rate up for I am me, you are you. So let's get that set up.
But yeah,
there you go.
But yeah, again, we're going to be closing it up tonight, and we'll be back again tomorrow at 8 p.m. So be on the lookout, and then join our Discord, sub to our YouTube, follow the channel if you haven't. We'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time. Have a good rest of your night and enjoy the sultry sound of Josh's voice. Bye now.